Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a beat for FAKEMINK. First you want to go to YouTube and just look up ambient female vocal samples. Go to playlist right here and just find one of these playlists. So I'm just click this one. So this one sounds good. It's the first one on the playlist, so I'll just use that. Don't worry about copyright too much. We're gonna chop it up and everything. If you get really lucky and the song blows up or whatever, then you can just deal with it later. And once you got that downloaded, you just drag it in from your folders, and then you want to right click this and go into Slice X. So this looks pretty confusing, but it's actually really easy. I'm just gonna show you how to do it. So you just want to use your left click and select the part of the sample you want to chop up, and then once you got a chop you want, press M, enter, and then up on your arrow key, and then you just keep doing that throughout the whole sample. So I'm just gonna select this, M, enter, up, and you can just keep going. I would say look at like all parts of the sample so you have like different variations. And you want to do this about like 10 to 12 times. So yeah, you guys can see I chopped up the sample here. I would say when you're marking your samples, try to chop it exactly when the singer starts to speak. That'll make it easier to like pitch the notes and stuff. So yeah, turn off auto dump, go into piano roll, and you should see all your chops are here. I boosted the BPM to 170 because you want to be pretty quick with this, and there's really no like methodology. You just gotta find the right bounce and right feel. It doesn't have to be the most perfect melody because it's really more there for like the ambience and the vibe. I'll say like this little triplet flow. It's kind of like the easiest way to do it. Just find like 2 chops, repeat them, and then go higher. Just find 2 different other chops and repeat it with a different note. And I did the exact same thing, except I have this little note right here. And then what we can do is just copy it, Control C, Control V, and pretty much do a very similar pattern, just like slightly varied. So there's a little bit of a switch up in the beat. For the second pattern, I just smoothed it out. I don't have as many chops, and you guys can see like the different chops I added through the ghost notes. Once we have that, what we can do is just go here to our pattern, split by channel, and then just highlight this. Make sure it's on song. Go to our master here, press this little record button, press Alt R. This will render out the whole thing for us, so we can just go into the sample now and just pitch it up. So I'm gonna pitch it up 800 cents. We can change this later, but it should be good for now. And we can just slice this in half, put this down here, and just drag it out. Give ourselves a little arrangement. Just have the first half of the sample be 4 bars, and then just add that to the next bit. And then what we're gonna do is go here, press plus, enter, just add a third pattern, and this is where we're gonna add our drums, and we can just fill that up too. Before we do that, we're gonna go into our sample here. This is very saucy, so we're gonna go to halftime, go on to 4 bars, and then just lower it to like 36%. So now there's like a underlying sample beneath it. Now what we're gonna do is go to Fruity Delay Bank, and I'm just gonna leave it at the default and just lower the amount here to like 20% or whatever. And because it's only gonna be the sample in our beat, I just want to fill it up a little bit more. And then if you want, you can add a little EQ. Just added a little filter here so it's not so obnoxious. And yeah, that's pretty much all you gotta do. First thing we're gonna do is find a kick, and when you're looking for your kicks, you want to find something that's like really thumpy and like deep. So this is like really clicky. You want to find something deeper. And then you want to find like a clap snare that's like really crispy, not just like a little trap clap. Like this is too trappy for us, so we want to find something that sounds a bit more realistic. So we can just add that to our pattern here and just create a little kick pattern with the bounce. So now that we got that little bounce going, what we're gonna do is go into our mixer track. I'm gonna put this on 3, and we're gonna learn how to sidechain here. Really easy. Our kick is on 3, and then I'm gonna go to my sample mixer here, right click this and press sidechain to this track. Go back to the sample, add fruity limiter, go to comp, right click this, press insert 3, and then we're just gonna lower the thresh to like less than this 50% mark, and just bend the knee, change the ratio, and just mess with it, and this should give us a little sidechain. This helps our kick really pierce through without making it so loud and like distorted. And I also think it really helps the sample like feel a little alive, give it a little bit more movement. And yeah, that's pretty simple. And now what we're gonna do is just add our 808. So I'm gonna go back into the underground brain rot 808. Just find something that's a little deeper than usual, not something so like obnoxiously high end, and just drag that in. Go into here, put on cut self, just mess with the envelope, trim down everything except for the hold. And then what we're gonna do actually is, you can hear that there's a little bit of a kick at the start of the 808, so we can just go here, boost that to like 8%, and now the kick is gone. We're just kind of looking for the bass, so we don't really need that kick. Since we don't have bass notes, you're just gonna have to figure it out by ear. Just go to the 7th octave and see if it sounds right. So yeah, I'm gonna boost the 808 to max velocity, but I am gonna go into the mixer here, and we're gonna do the exact same thing we did with the sample sidechain. Add a fruity limiter to the 808, go back to the kick, right click the 808 mixer, sidechain to this track, go to comp, insert 3, and just mess with it. And to make it a little bit more low key, just take out a little bit of the highs. You want to feel the 808, not hear it, you know what I'm saying? Usually FAKEMINK don't got like hi-hats in his beats, but if you do want to add a little bit of bounce, you want to look for like a shaker. So you can just go here, type in shaker, and just find one. And if you don't have any, you could just look on Reddit or download like a free kit. They probably have it. And then what you can do is fill in 4 steps, go into the piano roll, highlight it, and then shift it so you can be 2 steps, and just lower the velocity. And then press Alt R and just really mess with the panning and a little bit of the velocity. And this really helps it be realistic. So I just lower the volume a little bit here. Now if you want to, you can mess with the pitch a little bit, figure out the vibe you want to go for. So right now you can see that we're at 800 cents. So just know if you change the pitch like 700 cents, then you got to go back into your 808, pitch it down 1 semitone. And you pretty much just want to mess with that until you find a vibe that you like. I'm just going to leave it at that. Go into here, split by channel, and we can just create a little arrangement here. The songs aren't too long, so it doesn't got to be too crazy. Pretty much just have the kick and the snare going for a little bit. You can add the 808, and I'm just going to repeat that with the second one, and we can just copy that over. Then we just might add hi-hats when the 808 comes in, a little switch up. Then we just drag the sample, a little outro, just highlight this, go here, go to your master channel, your automation clip, just lower the volume a little bit. Then for my master, I'm just going to boost the mids a tiny bit, boost the highs a tiny bit. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole beat. So hopefully you guys learned something. Leave a like if you did. Check out my kits, use code SUMMER30 for 30% off. And yeah, see you next time.